Welcome to Sister Science Stories. I'm Jill Novak. I am an Ayurveda health counselor and yoga educator. Here at Sister Science, we explore how a strong connection to your inner wisdom is essential to your well-being. We're blending the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda and yoga with the demands of modern life, honoring the whole time this deep connection to ourselves, to the natural world around us, and the divine. In each episode, we dive into lifestyle choices, mindsets, patterns that shape how we live, helping you align with your true self. Whether it's movement or sleep, nourishment, energy management, ancient wisdom has solutions for us. We just need to listen. This podcast is here to open your awareness to what holistic healing can look like. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale, let go of anything that needs to let go, and dive into this juicy stuff. All right, everyone, welcome to the Sister Science podcast. I get to be live today with my neighbor and friend Noah, who literally had to come about 40 steps to be here in my living room today. Noah and I met at a yoga class and figured out pretty quickly that we lived in the same neighborhood, and I started being a follower on his Instagram account and noticed his creative flow starting to happen. And that always kind of piques my interest because for me in my mindset, creativity is always this feminine energy, and then the ability to bring that energy and I don't know, give it meaning in our world is almost like transforming it into something that has gravitas, has fruition in our society, in our world. So I feel like that's what you're doing. And I wanted to chat with you more about it. So far, I've only had women on my podcast too.
Oh, really?
So it's super time
This
to
is special.
start to have some dudes on the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So my question, I guess I want to start with is, give us a little bit of a background, Noah, about your creativity and your place in this world as a creator.
That's a deep question.
No small questions here.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I'm deep in the middle of that journey. I feel like, I'm like right in the middle of figuring that out. But the big kind of key cornerstone of my creative journey has been with music. And when I'm creating, how I'm expressing myself, it's like that focal point of expression for me. And then all the things that surround that and support that as the foundational elements for me to really focus on the music. And also how can I be of service through music, and the creativity, right? It's like I feel like we're in a place where music, creativity, the way society is set up, it very much is like this look at me, look at what I'm creating point of view. And it's like, okay, I don't want to adopt that. It's like, how do I do it from a place where I'm like serving other people, not just like, look at me, look at what I'm creating. Yeah, how can I create something that's going to serve you and not just serve myself?
It's funny looking at this kind of thing through the lens of our society because we always have in our world this kind of the productivity factor, and that everything we do has to have a reward for it. So it has to show up in like a number of followers or our bank statement or our success somehow. And what you're talking about then is that this creativity coming from, I don't know, a deeper place, and then not necessarily knowing where it's going to go, but just sort of allowing it to be part of the whole process and journey. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like trying to make my whole life this process of creation and creativity. Like creativity, it's not just like it's not just like, okay, I'm creative in music. In these other places, I'm not creative.
The yin and yang symbol would talk a lot about that creativity being sort of the feminine energy. It is the part of us that is the unknown. It's the darkness. It's the stuff we haven't figured out yet. It's the mystery. And it is something that I feel like in our society, we sort of have wrung it out. We've squeezed it out and been like, wisdom doesn't have a place here. And music is almost like downloaded universal wisdom that, you know, you get to be the conduit of translating that wisdom into our world. And yet we do really feel, it feels like we live in a world that we're wringing out the wisdom, we're wringing out the common sense, and we're placing a lot of responsibility sort of on the masculine structures to be able to hold and do everything. And so here you are, you're 20, and you are really attempting to sort of live in this creative side where there's so much unknown sitting there. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of unknown. It's it's constantly being pulled but in different directions by different people and like things you hear. It's like, oh, you need to be this, show up this way. Oh, you need to show up this way. You know, you need to show up that way. And it's like, how can I come back to center and just let go of those things and just create from that place of like, I know within myself what I should be doing. It's really hard.
Yeah. It's like
And
society's expectations, your family's expectations, like especially as a 20-year-old, because there's probably no question you get more often than, oh, what are you going to do?
yeah, all the time, all
What
the
are you going to
time.
do with your life? Yeah, people stop asking you that when you're 50.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and when I get those questions, it's like you feel like you have to have an answer that fulfills what they're expecting to hear. When you tell them that you're trying to do something that's not in the norm, or you don't really know, you're just kind of going with whatever, however things are unfolding, but you're putting your all into that. They don't really, when you hit them with, oh, I'm not getting a bachelor's, I'm not going to get a corporate job, I'm not doing all these things, they're, you often go, oh, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't always know, but I know I'm like trying to lead with that place of balance and centeredness with the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I always feel like like a structure is necessary. We need some sort of like, container to put that creativity in, or we need some sort of ritual or routines, anchored habits. We need things in our lives that sort of we can still rely on and count on. Otherwise, that creativity just gets all wishy-washy and floods all over the place. So what do you do in your world to sort of give yourself those anchors so that that creativity has a place to pool?
Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, that structure is super important. Like, I feel like if I just throw it out there, like I'm gonna express this way, I wanna live this way without any like things set up where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show up here in this way at this time, or like set those like parameters of like, okay, I need to do this before these things so then I can focus on creating this. And so it's like you're giving yourself the blocks of like, here's the time that you can do this. This is the structure. And you can be free in that structure. And then you move on to the next thing. Right. So I've been experimenting with that of like, there's been times where I just like totally let go of structure and I'm like, okay, whatever happens is gonna happen, and you think things can fall off the wheels can fall off the wagon at that point. You know, you forget about things and whatnot. But when I can balance that and like create the structure, like, okay, I have to be accountable to this, I have to be accountable to other people,
Yeah.
then it's like when I give myself those times and that space and the structure for that expression, I can really be there. Like it's like when you're there, you're there. You're not somewhere else. If there's no structure, it's like you're kind of everywhere at once.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, when I have the structure, it's like I sit down, I'm doing this. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Then I move on.
It's funny because I think like yoga would talk about that being in the 8 limbs of yoga. Like you need to withdraw your senses. You need to sort of come in out of this big world that's overwhelming us with input
Hmm.
and communication and just noise. And then we need to have a single pointed focus. So a place and time really that's defined so that creative that creativity has a place to sort of be held. And so what are those structures for you? Like, is it just, from, do you name a time and say from 12 to 4, this is what I'm going to be doing? Or is it a certain room in your home? Is it with certain people in collaboration? Is there
Hmm.
certain tech involved that always has to be present?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like making it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times where I'm just like, I'll be waiting for something to hit me. And it's like, if I don't have it set up and I'm just waiting, it's like, okay, when is it gonna come? Where, where's the inspiration? I'm just gonna sit here
Yeah.
and wait for it to knock me over the head. It usually never happens. Or if it does, it's very like infrequent. So it's like I've tried to learn like that's not always gonna happen. I have
Mm,
to set it up so I create the space for that to come in, and I have to
mhm,
like almost go look for it sometimes. So it's like, yeah, it's that, okay, I'm gonna do this and this time, right? Um, like for me, it's looked like in the morning, like the first hour, I'm just like, okay, this is what I really want to be like focusing on. I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna sit down in this chair. I'm going to make this the priority and create the space for inspiration to come in, not just wait for it. I'm going to go look for it um, for this dedicated time, and it usually works out okay.
yeah. That that first hour in the morning, yoga has a name for it and calls it Braha Muhurta,
Mm.
and it means the auspicious hour. And it's said that that hour is when the veil between you and the universe is the thinnest. So, whatever sort of universal download is available for you, your vessel is sort of clean and clear and awake, and it hasn't been disturbed yet by the bustle of the day. And so, it is the most apt time for you to be connecting into that feminine energy where divine wisdom could just sort of pour down and inspire you.
Hmm.
So, good intuition following that one.
Yeah, it seems to work well for me. Like whenever I really stick to that, that's when I have the most, that's when I get the most songs. That's when I get the best lyrics. It's like when I'm really showing up for that. No, it's like a non-negotiable.
Yeah,
It's like that's the masculine. It's like I'm holding that space for the feminine, and it has to be there.
yeah,
But that in that space is where the feminine exists. It's where I express. It's where I create.
yeah.
But it's like that masculine is holding that framework where that's going to be that time and that place.
That's exactly it. I feel like we miss that in our world. And I do feel like artists and creators are the musicians. They're the people that understand this process of masculine and feminine so well because it's part of who you are. It's part of what your purpose is here on this earth when you know that you're meant to be translating that universal wisdom into music,
Hmm.
right? Tell me about your yoga. and like whatever that is in terms of being a structure in your life, because that's how I know you. I know you from your regular structure of showing up to a Wednesday morning yoga class at Alchemy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a foundational element to the expression, right? It's like it's like when you have a garden and you have your soil. It's like, okay, you have to water it. You have to, sometimes you have to till the soil or whatever. You have to plant new seeds. It's like, it's the fruit is like, so let's say, like music is like the fruit. It's like that's the thing that you eat. That's like what you consume.
Yeah.
But it's like all these other elements, like yoga, food, what I'm putting in, like all these things are like what contributes to the fruit. And that fruit is different for everybody. Everybody has their own fruit, like,
Yeah.
whatever that is. But like yoga is like one of those structures and things that I put in place where it like allows that fruit to really flourish.
It's like you're nourishing the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the balance.
So you said something to me earlier where you said, I feel like the past 2 years I've packed in 10 years.
Yeah.
And just, do you feel like these last 2 years is when you have been learning how to put kind of the structure in place so that the music has a place to come and, be contained?
Yeah, well, like the past 2 years, that's like when school, like I was done high school,
Okay.
right? So that's when whatever structure was given to me.
Right.
Now I don't have to follow that. Now I have to create my own structure. So a lot of people they go to, it's like it's you finish high school and then you go into university. It's like the structure carries over. It's a
Yeah.
little bit different, but you're still carrying over the structure. And then you go from that structure and then you go into a job and then you still have that structure. So it's
Yes.
like a lot of our existence is just people giving us a structure to follow. And so for me, the past years has not really been that. It's like it's been a lot of me having to figure out my own structure
Yeah.
because I'm not doing that. No one's telling me what I should be doing. What you know, I have to figure that out for myself, and it's like that muscle of creating those structures.
Yeah.
I really had to work on that for
Yeah.
the past 2 years.
Well said. Well, and also when you are going into that sort of institutional or corporate structure, it is designed for the ultimate benefit of the institution or the corporation. And so we do give a lot of, and we get a lot of credit, and we give a lot of credit to that in our culture. And if you were to tell people, oh, I'm going to, I'm going to university and then I'm going to go with this corporate job, then you'd get a lot of people going, good for you.
Yeah,
And
I
yet
would.
what you're doing kind of feels like it's even harder because you're trying to create a structure that actually serves your highest self instead of the highest interests of some external body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like incredible resistance. There's an incredible resistance to doing something that's not serving the institution.
Is that internal resistance or like just like societal resistance?
Both,
Right?
because the internal structure has been programmed through
Right.
years of being given an institutional structure.
Yeah.
So now I have to like undo that
Yeah.
structure that's been built inside of me through going to school all my life.
Yeah.
Now I have to create the new structure, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not continuing that structure, that
You're breaking a
pattern.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in breaking the pattern, you also have to invent the new one. Yeah. Or create. Maybe you have to create the new one. So do you feel like it's like a constant experiment? Like you
Yeah.
said, like there's sometimes I just fall off the wagon and your structure disappears. And then you have to sort of bring it back into place in order to what?
Yeah, it's like a constant experiment, and I feel like the best experiments is when you open it up to totally fall off the wagon. It's like if the greater you can fail, the better the experiment.
Isn't there something that says that like fail fast and like fix the thing and
Yeah,
start fresh? I don't
yeah.
know.
I know. I think I know.
It's some acronym. We'll figure
Somewhere
it
back
out.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like allowing that space to fail, you get the better experiments. Like,
It is like that. Like everything we've ever learned in science came because an experiment failed so that
yeah,
we knew a new direction to try
yeah.
again. And I would say when people start studying Ayurveda with me, they'll start to implement these new habits, these new structures in their life, and they'll be having a success with them and feeling benefits in their being, in their body. And then inevitably fall off the wagon. And only once we've fallen off the wagon do we realize what was serving us. It's almost like in letting everything go, you go, oh, okay. Now I understand the things that are helping me feel nourished, feel fulfilled, have energy and vitality, be in the creative space, be able to be in that creative space and have the capacity to, translate this creativity that's happening in me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really easy to feel like, oh, I'll just keep it. Don't want to rock the boat. I'll just like keep it coasting, and like, oh, I don't want to go too far I don't want to swing the pendulum too far in either direction. I just want to try to stay in my little circle. But like every time I really push the extreme in any direction, like I really try to like max it out, like go that way or go this way, like go as far as I can. And then you know, sure, things might go wrong, but then I can like, okay, that was my limit. Now I can go back and kind of find the center again. And it's like, that's always happening, like all the time.
Yeah, your awareness of that is so good. I do think that's part of what anyone who is creating is doing. It's that we're kind of going out onto that edge of our comfort zone. And we stay there as long as we have capacity. And then when we don't have the capacity to be out there anymore, it's almost like we swing back into our safety zone. And that safety zone is often where we try and replenish and refuel and bring ourselves back into balance so that we can reach out again and go play on that edge of your comfort zone. How have you found that kind of having reliable anchored habits helps you kind of stay on that edge of your growth, on that hard, vulnerable, scary space on the edge of creativity?
It's essential, you know? Like, for me, the big things is like having, yeah, like that physical practice. And then like the refueling of the body, the sleeping, like those, it's like basic, obviously, but it's like those structures and making those a priority allows me to really like push the limits in other areas because like I'm stronger in my mind, I'm stronger in my body because I have those habits and structures that are like allowing me to push other things to the limits and the edges of discomfort and sometimes failure, but it's like it doesn't totally break the bridge because the foundation is really strong of like the
Yeah.
physical, mental practices that really hold that bridge there in
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
How many 20-year-olds do you think can describe what you just described?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like, you know, a lot, when we're young, we take a lot of advantage and we make a lot of assumptions about the capacity of our body. And we're not necessarily guarding our sleep or nourishing ourselves well or taking care of that physical activity and, you know, building our capacity physically very intentionally when we're 20. And if we are doing it, we're not doing it for, you know, mental, spiritual, mind, body reasons. We're doing it also sort of for the external, physical, you know, the world congratulating us for whatever we're doing.
Yeah, the vanity.
The vanity piece. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it feels like you got it figured out a little bit, that what you need to do in order to be connected.
Yeah, like it's that connection, and I can feel when I'm disconnected from my body and from my mind and from that like internal self, like that. Why I can tell when the ego voice and the vanity voice really settles in, and something almost every time will go wrong. Like it's not catastrophic, but it's like enough to be like, oh, okay, like come back to reality, like come back to center here, like because this is not working.
Yeah. There is something about that, isn't there? When your intention isn't coming from that authentic place, when it's coming from the ego or the vanity place, universe knows how to sort of knock us, make it just harder. And yet being in that creative space is hard because it's so vulnerable. And I don't know for you, but for me, it feels like sometimes the ego side or the vanity side, it's like just safer. It feels safer. It feels also sometimes more productive. Like I feel like I'm being productive sometimes, but I can work really hard in that space and not get any, I'm going to put in quotes, results. And when I let myself swing over to the creative space, it feels way more vulnerable. It feels way more like I'm exposing something that could get judged or critiqued negatively. And I'm not positive what the effects or repercussions or product of my efforts will be. It doesn't feel necessarily as productive. And yet that's where some of the most just exciting things feel like they happen. Does that feel like the same as you?
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, when I'm chasing that, like the vanity piece, it's like what I create immediately becomes less authentic to myself, and I can feel it. Like if I'm chasing the vanity piece, like the songs I write start to change, the lyrics I'm writing start to change. All these different subtle pieces, like the energetic signature of them, slowly, well, not even slowly, as soon as like when I'm focused, the focus is like focused on that vanity piece instead of like, the more centered place. Immediately those things become disconnected.
So here's where I feel like it gets a little bit more, I don't know, intuitive, because now you're talking about feeling. When I feel it shift, the lyrics shift. I feel it. It's almost like a sensation in your body that when that sensation is either present or not present, you are in flow or not in flow. And yet that sensation isn't something we can like sit down at Tuesday at 9 o'clock and go, okay, sensation, okay, flow, you know,
Yeah.
show up for me
Yeah.
here. But yeah, you're right. There's something about that feeling that serves us really well.
Yeah, like I've been reading a book called Letting Go by David Hawkins, and he talks about basically like your entire experience is like feeling. It's all basically feeling, like the way you feel about different things, and different feelings are going to come up because of different things that happen. Like, you trip on something, there's a feeling that comes up, right? Or like you're waiting for something, inspiration to strike. That's a feeling. You're like feeling angry because nothing's coming in. But it's like letting go of the feelings and just letting them, like not resisting them and just letting them be there. Like you can find something out of every feeling that is going on.
Yeah.
It's like for every negative, there's the positive. So it's like you're feeling angry about not having the inspiration, but there's like the other side of that. It's like, okay, what can you find in that then creates inspiration, the positive feeling?
It's very yogi what you're talking about, because yoga talks very much about how we need to become the observer of our thoughts,
Yeah.
and talks a lot about how you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are happening to you, but sort of like the way weather happens. The sky is the sky, and the weather just moves across the sky. And it could be a rainstorm, and that rainstorm, especially here, could be gone in 3 minutes. It could be hail for a minute that does incredible damage, but 5 minutes after that hail, it could be bright and sunny again. And that those emotions and thoughts move through us, and all you have to do is wait, and the weather will change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's it's definitely a crucial piece, but I do think like I've come from this place of like, okay, my feelings are just feelings. They don't matter. I'm just gonna let them pass. But they're also there for a reason,
Okay.
It's like I feel like it's like less of just and like coming from a place like, oh, they're just passing by. It doesn't matter, and just totally ignoring them versus like observing them and like be considerate of them, but just not reacting to them.
Right. Acknowledge them.
Like acknowledge them. Like if you stub your toe, it hurts.
Yeah.
That's a feeling.
Yeah.
If like you obviously are going to be considered, like you don't have to be like, pain, why are you telling me my toe hurts?
Yeah.
You just stubbed your toe, of course it's gonna hurt. But it's like but yeah, you have to be considerate of that, and not, but you don't have to react to it like, oh, I stubbed my toe, I'm gonna be mad now and like
Yeah.
freak out about it. But it's like, oh, okay, that hurt, it's gonna pass, but like now I know
It's
that.
like be considerate of it, allow it to process through you,
Yeah.
observing it and acknowledging it as it goes, but without making it a piece of who you are or
Yeah,
your story.
exactly.
So, like, when do you feel like you started to decide that this was going to be the way you did life? Because it's kind of big.
Like there's not really a decision of that. Like I don't know. Like there wasn't like I don't know. I don't know if there was necessarily a moment. It's like a few moments that keep adding up. It's like it's like the pendulum swing that we talked about before. It's like you touch the edge of something, the feeling comes up of pain or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to go there. So yeah, it's just like growing up as a teenager, I was really pushing the edge of like like discomfort, and just like really, I was being extreme with whatever I was doing, like whether that was partying or substances or relationships. It was like very extreme, and I was touching the edges really quickly. Like I was just full on. But that allowed me to be like, okay, I know where the edges are and I know where the center exists. I want more of that. And then I just like, it's like the process of seeking out how to come back to that center. So then it's just like, okay, I know I don't want to be in those painful places of extremes. Doesn't feel good. How can I learn to be in my center? And I feel like being able to do that so fast, so young, and being responsive to that was a big piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if I wasn't extreme and I just like tried to keep it like chill and not get really into the pain, I definitely would not be on the path that I'm on now.
So it's almost like you touched the hot stove a few times and you learned what that meant.
Yes, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But like some people do touch the hot stove and they don't learn. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that recipe that comes together. You know, that comes from my parents. That comes from
Yeah.
all the things that have accumulated to those moments to be able to respond to them effectively.
Yeah. There's in Ayurveda we talk about your doshas. We talk about the people who have a lot of prana in them, a lot of life force energy. Those are the people who are really well connected to their creativity. And it can be described when it gets out of balance as vata. It's like really spinny. You know, there's a lot of mobility happening. It's hard to nail anything down. The thoughts can be coming in pretty quick, but it's hard to sort of grab onto any one of them. It feels very dry in the body. It feels very light. It can be cold, and these can be just symptoms that are happening in the physical body, or they can be emotional, spiritual. And that vata like shows up disturbing that creativity. And so even more people who have it seem to need really, really, really anchored habits. And so that, you know, what you're talking about when you talk about working out, doing weights, going to yoga, coming home and then feeding yourself well, and then setting yourself up to actually sleep at night. It's it's almost like you're intuitively building the things that balance and bring this creativity into a place where it can be really functional and really useful by anchoring these habits.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's been an intuitive process for you, or has someone been teaching it to you?
Like, we live in an amazing time where you can learn anything.
Yeah.
So that's been huge, being able to learn, just like being hungry for that. But that the hunger for like learning about these things and like educating myself comes from not wanting to feel that way.
Yeah.
So it's like the process of, like, for example, like if you're like a knife and you try to like, cut something, like if you just keep trying to like, if it's dull and you keep trying to like cut it and you're like using a lot of force and you're not getting anywhere, you can either just keep trying or you can be like, okay, I'm gonna take a minute to pause. I'm gonna figure out how to make this sharper. I'm gonna go sharpen it. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit it, like cut it again. So it's like those things, like the structure, the habits, the practices is like taking the time to sharpen the knife so then I can go and do the thing with less time and less effort to be more effective.
Yeah. It's constant. Yeah. It's like you're creating space between the stimulus and the response. And in that space, you're giving yourself the opportunity to go find new answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's how our life should work. That's how we should have been taught to go through this world. And I mean, part of me just wants to give you kudos for the fact that you are doing it at 20. And that just has so many positive repercussions for your next 20 years, because you're not going to end up as a 40-year-old or 60-year-old going, I never knew this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have honed it and probably written books or, you know, chartbuster songs that have come from a place of understanding all these things that are, you know, add up
Yeah.
in your body. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's like it's great. Like I'm super grateful that I have had the conditions that have facilitated the growth for me. Like having the parents that I have, living in the place I live, it's like that is also really important for that foundation, and having access to learning new things. Um, that's been huge. If I didn't have that, well, that like I wouldn't have the perspective that I have.
So, what's next?
What's next?
Yeah. What's
What's
next, or
next?
what feels really important right now?
It is creating that for other people.
Say more.
So it's like this foundation, like I've had a great foundation for myself, right? So now it's like, okay, how can I extend that to other people? So it's like building that for myself. It's like building that structure and that foundation that I can then pass on to other people, right? So whether that's like, you know, a family or whatever, or what I create, it's like then it's like the output of that, what I'm outputting into the world is going to serve other people and their foundation.
So there's a little bit of a ripple effect thought process in your head.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole point. Like if you're not doing that, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Tell us about the last song you released.
Yeah. Yeah. So um, I'm kind of like trying to just put out as many as I can. So the last one is called Speak Silently. So that I wrote that with my friend Jack. And that kind of came together just quickly. There wasn't a lot of intention behind that one. It just kind of came together. It was more of a fun thing.
What's been the favorite one that you've put out?
Circular Change is definitely my favorite, but the
Yeah.
ones that are coming are I like even better.
Really?
So the one I'm gonna put out next, I'm most excited about. Well, there's a couple. I have like three that are like getting like polished,
Yeah.
like finalized. So the next one I'm really excited about. It feels like an extension of circular change. It's like circular change was the first step, and then I'm like progressively taking steps into a better direction of where I feel like I'm creating from where I should be creating from. So circular change was about like these patterns that we live in, and even though it might feel like things are changing, it's still a circular pattern.
You're still in the pattern.
You're still in
You're
a
just
site, it's still changing, but you're just like going back again and
right.
circular, right? Whether that's in relationships or yourself or your whatever, how you treat yourself, it's like it's those patterns that we live in, and it might feel like again we're like taking steps, but we're just walking in a circle. and it's like, okay, breaking free of those things. And sometimes it's painful breaking free of the circle that we're comfortable in, that we're familiar with those steps. So that's kind of what that's about. And then the next one is called Chasing Colors. So it's like kind of fun. Another two C's for the title. That came out of the struggle for vanity. Colors is like chasing colors is like you're chasing the vanity. Like colors is like it's the flashy thing. There's no substance to that. It's not the essence of it. It's just the color. It's like
Right.
the shiny object syndrome. And chasing that. And it's like it can be a struggle to do that, though it's like super shiny. It's like, oh, look at this over here, you can chase this thing. But it can be a really big struggle for that, and it's like letting go of that and coming back to what is true for you. So that's kind of what that song is about.
Fun.
So I'm really excited about that one.
They feel like universal downloads. They feel like ideas that are true to their core and essence, and you're translating them now for a new generation.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of the intention. That's the goal. That's like what I want to be doing. And it's been hard to come to grips with music can be of service to other people.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where I was totally done. I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's just selfish. I'm not going to do this because it just I was seeing what people were doing with music and like how what I was chasing doing music, and it was like this place of that vanity piece. And I had to really sit with that for a long time, and I'm still sitting with it of like, how do I create music from a place of service? Because
Yeah.
it's not really on paper. It's not like super obvious, at least to me. It hasn't been like super obvious, like, how does this directly serve other people? But then it's like thinking, okay, music is literally the backdrop to society. It's like always going on. People are always listening to music. They always want music. It's not like they relate to music. It gives them a feeling. It's like, okay, we live based on feelings. Music gives feelings. That is very much living of service. I've kind of realized it's like, okay, if I can create something that's going to give someone a feeling and it's a positive feeling, well, that's a good thing.
I also don't think you get to choose all the time. Like if your gift is this ability to translate these universal pieces of wisdom into music, it's not a gift that you chose.
Yeah.
It's not a gift that it's something in you that is yours to be able to offer.
Right.
And I think when we come to our dharma, our purpose in the world, we don't get to question it. We don't get to say, "Yeah, can I trade this in for another gift, another talent, another way?" It's almost like this is what you've been sent here to do, and now it's your job to do it,
Yeah.
and to be in service of it, be in service of the creativity, be in service of the translation, be in service of the creation, and bringing it to fruition to our world. Yeah, it's the act of you are in service to the wisdom, and then how we consume that wisdom and what we take away from it and how it affects our lives. You can't always control that, but it's just doesn't mean it's not your job to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
How can we follow you? Where can we watch your journey unfold?
Noah Bolton on
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
So Noah Bolton on
So
Instagram.
my Instagram is Noah Bolton CA, like the CA
Canada.
in Canada.
Got
so
it.
Noah Bolton
CA.
CA.
Right.
That's all the social media handles.
And where do we find you? Where do we find your music?
Music is Noah Bolton on all platforms.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Noah Bolton on all platforms.
on all platforms.
Gosh, anything else you want to drop right now?
We covered a lot.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, just like, yeah, it feels great to be here. Yeah.
They're big topics, and I think I don't know, there's something that's happening in your generation. I see it in my own kids where you're tapping into this innate need to balance both sides in a way that I don't feel like my generation did. I feel like we more blindly followed the structures that we were told we needed to live into. And it sure is exciting to watch your generation choose to do things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, more embodied, more authentic, and really more personalized to your own skill sets and the things, the life purpose that has been planted in you to sort of bring to the world. Yeah,
Yeah. It's quite the journey.
it's quite the journey.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Noah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Sister Science Stories. In my favorite quote, Eckhart Tolle says, "Awareness is the greatest agent of change." I hope that being here opens up your awareness to a new way of knowing and thinking, a keen discernment, already creating change in you. The curiosity to experiment with new practices, it builds capacity and it grows your ability to live with intention, and this equates to good health. If you want support and community as you embrace this idea, drop into sisterscience.ca. Learn more and sign up for what supports the version of you ready and yearning to show up next. Change starts when you do. So don't wait to take this next step, because a juicy life is waiting.